My goodness. If you are talking about definition, it is actually the feeling of the people in Sabah towards the present then situation, which actually angered them, which created dissatisfaction among the people generally in Sabah. Therefore, because of that anger, dissatisfaction, they begin to go against the powers that be. That created the 1985 spirit, as you put it. But spirit of 1985 did not just happen spontaneously. It was actually brought in through quite a number of years, because Sabah unfortunately started politics in a new environment without the necessary, background information, background knowledge, the implications, the impact.
At that time, I just returned from my studies in the United States. Berjaya government just dissolved the state assembly following a by-election in Tambunan. And that actually took place after Tambunan was abrogated as a district. And so the mood was very much tense. It was also the year that Labuan was federalized. After my brother was sacked from the cabinet, there was also an attempt by the chief minister, the government then, to try and weaken KDCA.
Yeah, I was a young journalist, just finished high school, and I was in my early 20s, working as a journalist at that time. And I'm privileged to see the political development at that time. Because at that time, there was also this perception of the federal government ill-treating Sabah, that Haris was too close to the federal government. He was subservient to the federal government.
Pada tahun 1985 itu saya masih lagi sebenarnya di bangku sekolah, berumur 14 tahun, tingkatan 2 lah waktu itu, berada di Beaufort. Pada waktu itu memang keadaan politik agak tegang. Saya pikir karena rentetan beberapa peristiwa, mungkin clash of personalities antara Tan Sri Pairin dan juga Presiden Berjaya lah juga merangkap Ketua Menteri Datuk Haris Saleh.
Well, having just graduated, very, very young and very idealistic, I was working actually in Queen Elizabeth Hospital as a young houseman when they formed the party in 1985. I think the main thing that united them, the feeling of being oppressed, unity initially was basically among the Kadazan Dusun or the non-Muslim areas.
Memang sensitif dia punya perkara di waktu itu. Siapa mengikut memperjuangkan PBS ni dah bukan orang Islam. Itu ada orang gunakan agama.
What broke the camel's back was the abrogation of Tambunan. So much so that the people of Tambunan have no more access to the administrative welfare of the people, that they have to travel to Kenengau, which is about 1 hour away.
Apa yang dicadangkan ataupun ingin dilakukan oleh Kerajaan Berjaya adalah untuk mengubahlah status bumi putra rakyat Sabah kepada namanya dipanggil pribumi. Tindakan untuk memansuhkan itu pesta menua itu dan kemudian dijadikan pula pesta rakyat. So tindakan untuk merasa tidak puas hati dan merasa marah itu adalah sesuatu yang normal lah, I think. Saya kira yang jelas pada waktu itu adalah lebih kepada penindasan lah.
It's all a question of, okay, if you talk about democracy, was there democracy? Or was there authoritarian rule? Was there dictatorship? I think we all know during Tun Mustafa's time, their hair, if it's long, they had the police to cut the hair short. Our priests were imprisoned. Our sisters from England sent back home. People were expected to convert to Islam. 16 August tahun 84, resigned from Berjaya. Jadi in the meantime, a number of people came to instigate me or encourage me to start a new party.
I remember even my niece and my nephews who at that time, they were all shouting about PBS, PBS. They can feel that there's a freedom somewhere around there.
The handshake was a very effective symbol of unity, a symbol of human touch.
Wave ataupun gelombang yang dibawa itu begitu besar sehingga hampir tidak diketahui bahwa ada satu semangat perubahan yang ingin dibawa oleh orang Sabah pada waktu itu. Even the shake hand of that hands pun, kalau orang shake hand sahaja orang sudah tahu, dan orang gembira, seeing your eyes kan macam begitu, dan orang faham sudah.
The machinery, the funds of Berjaya, what else can you do with a party with a paltry sum, with no money, no machinery? PBS managed to secure a minimal, marginal win over the state assembly.
Why everybody was elated, but you must remember that PBS won by a whisker. Even journalists from as far as Hong Kong, Singapore, coming to Sabah, they describe it as the victory of the people, people's power. What I saw was brave sabahan coming together. The people are willing to sacrifice their time, campaigning without expecting anything. All they want is for their rights to be restored.
Pada ketika itu di mana Tan Sri Perin sudah menang dan dihalang untuk mengangkat sumpah. Bayangkanlah menunggu ke sana ke sini hingga membuat merusuhan sudah, banyak halangan, banyak rintangan, gangguan daripada pihak-pihak tertentu agar Tan Sri Perin tidak boleh mengangkat sumpah ya. Jadi semangat itu tidak lunturlah kepada ketika itu. Alhamdulillah lah Tan Sri Perin dapat juga mengangkat sumpah sebagai Ketua Menteri Sabah. Tetapi itulah tidak sampai 1 tahun mungkinlah begitu kan.
First, they did not allow Pairin to be sworn in the istana. Second, the other side mobilized. Most people knew these were mostly illegal immigrants to protest on the results, to basically do some kind of uprising.
Saya telefon Tun Adnan Robert, dia setuju terima saya jam 2 petang tu. Malam baru saya kena angkat sumpah. Main itu begitu punya tu. Jadi sampai kita kena bawa pergi court kan oleh Tun Mustafa. Court decided in favor of PBS lah. Jadi kita pun gembira lah. Itu pun because kita ini tidak kena suka. Nombor 1, diorang kalah. Nombor 2, Mahathir pun susah hati. Habis dia di Padang Merdeka itu dia bilang, we want sink or swim with Berjaya, dia bilang. Jadi marahlah dia kan. Oleh macam mana pun berlaku demonstration, kebakaran sini sana, asun, bom sini sana, ada orang mati juga. Peristiwa pahit itu musim sangat-sangat menyedihkan. Tapi nasib, everybody kept cool. Habis saya pun tidak mau ada huru-hara and managed to calm down everybody lah.
The spirit of 1985. It is a piece of history that I learned through reading newspapers and through people telling me stories, especially the leaders during that time. For example, my dad and then other leaders of the party. So to me, really the spirit of 1985 was a time where everyone comes together, unite together to fight for what they think is right so that their voices are heard.
Bila kita melihat pada senario 85, 86 menjadi kerajaan, kita nampak perjuangan PBS itu sulit.
Kita tidak menampakkan kemarahan kita. Tapi ketika itu bila sudah wujud satu politik yang begitu mempertahankan hak kita, di situlah kita mulai kemarahan kita itu dalam perjuangan. Maksudnya kita bersemangat untuk menampakkan emosi kita, kemarahan kita kepada parti politik yang lepas.
Semangat 1985 itu akan kekal dalam sanubari hati saya sebagai seorang pejuang, di mana kami pernah dicaci dan ini tidak sedikit pun mengajar saya untuk undur dalam perjuangan saya dalam PBS.
Up until now, you can see all the leaders, they are fighting. Their challenges are always different every time. But then what they are doing is always together.
The hard truth is, unless you are only down to nothing, you won't realize what you want to ask for. Unless people are stepping on you, then you might realize we should be united. The hope is there. The struggle must be for the state, must be for the people, must be for the future.
Well, what is we learn from 1985 is very simple. Unity of purpose. If we are united in purpose to fight for whatever that we want to achieve, we will be able to achieve.
Now, in reflection, I hope the younger generation will take all this into account because the future is their future. Sabah is their home, so they must defend. When we ask whether this Mangat 1985 can be revived, it's up to the younger generation. They must look at the past and learn from the past. We are defending our state rights. Do you not feel that we should get back all our rights? Don't you care at all for your future? Or would you just leave it to the situation where your rights are being siphoned away quietly, subtly? Don't you feel anything at all? I'm hoping that the younger generation, wake up, make themselves available for the struggle that we are going through.